burning. I don't know why I'm so zoomed in there. Let's try and zoom that out. I'm going to go in, so I just did my skincare. I like to let it sit for a little bit, but I also don't have a ton of time. I'm gonna use some Lighten Up. This is a color corrector. It is not a concealer. I'm gonna apply this under my eye, and it's gonna lighten up that area, giving you a more awake, alert, brightened under eye. I'm gonna try, I've got a little redness there. I've got a little bit on my chin too, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like if you're, I mean, look at that versus that. If you are using new skincare, you wanna make sure it's not burning your face or anything, but if you are purging, if you're getting some blackheads, whiteheads, redness, that could be that your skin is just purging, meaning all that gunk in your skin pores is finally starting to come out. So don't discount the skincare because it could be doing its job. Could be actually working. Okay, so this is Lighten Up. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that under my eyes. I'm gonna do a little dab-a-rooney of this on that redness. I hope everyone had a nice Memorial Day celebrating those that fought for us, for our freedoms. You know, we sometimes lose sight of the holidays because we're getting a day off and not working, and the sales and the thises and the that's. But it is ultimately for those that served and protected us. I'm just gonna put whatever's left on my nose. I don't know if that covered that very well. I guess it did enough. Okay, I'm gonna use Sheer Joy. This is a tinted serum. It's very, very light. I've got 2 pumps. You can see how runny it is, but it is going to help give your skin some hydration. It's a very, very light coverage. I have not tried it with concealer, so it might take it back off, and we'll just have to play with that. This is going to be the lightest coverage that you can get. So if you want to wear a little bit of makeup, but you don't want it to look caked on, or you don't want it to get into your fine lines and wrinkles, I am going to go back in with a little bit more on my forehead. You don't want it to cake in on your wrinkles, in your fine lines, or you just don't want to take a lot of time to do your makeup, but you want to have something. I've been really loving this foundation. Like, it's, again, I don't know if I'd even say it's foundation, but it's very, very sheer, and I feel like just throughout the day, it's not settling. My face seems hydrated and glowy. It's got a very pretty glow to it. So I've been loving it, loving it. So I was gonna mix it with my my BB cream, but I didn't have any BB cream up here, so tried and true. This is what we're doing. I'm gonna throw on some chocolate souffle. If I can find my brush. Yeah, I feel like I actually got a lot done this weekend, but Finley did not have a problem going to sleep Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Although he did stay up later those nights. But then last night it was like he was not having any part of it. And I get it. I have a hard time sleeping when I have to go back to work the next day, like Sundays or like last night, Monday night, because of the holiday. I get it. I'm the same way. But he didn't get his melatonin, which he's gotten for years. I know that's not the best, but it's either no sleep or I do what I have to do. So I've given him melatonin since he was about 1. And he didn't get that. And so at 9, maybe 9 or 10, he got those Moon Brew gummies, which I don't know how well, they don't have melatonin, they're not habit forming, they don't have, you're not going to have the nightmares, which is my concern for him because he does have nightmares. But if they're not working, and I go back and forth, like he really should have, and he probably did have them all weekend. I honestly don't remember. But if it's more of an all natural, then it has to build up in your system, and it's fine for the weekends because if he doesn't go to sleep, he can sleep in. But, and I know school's gonna be done in 2 weeks, but he still has to have some type of routine. So if you guys have tried and true methods for little ones, you have to let me know what works. I'm so tired. I'm gonna be tired all day. Okay, this is our blush. This is, I think, yeah, this is the color Bloom. And I just used my little, the same brush that I applied my chocolate souffle with. It just gives you a little pinky. There's about half left. You can see this is kind of like what it's going to give you. It's like a sheer pink, which I like because especially this time of the year, it's super hot. Today it's going to be 83, but it's supposed to rain I think all week. But when I get hot, when I get flustered, my cheeks turn super pink. So I don't wear a lot of blush, and that is why. I'm gonna do my brows with some brow gel. I think it changed. The free gift when you bought 3 on Unique's website was the gleaming eyeshadow stick, which I really love the eyeshadow sticks. They're super easy to use. You can take them with you, throw them in your bag. They're not gonna break. I love the brow gel too. It doesn't flake off, it doesn't turn white, and it just, you don't have to do anything else to them. Nothing else to them. So I like to wipe off my brush before I go in. And this has a little comb on it, a little brush, so you can just shape them however you need to. I really wish that the, well, they're getting brown mascara, brown tubing mascara. So tubing mascara is gonna coat your lashes and come off in tubes. So it's not waterproof, but it only comes off with warm water. So that's coming either the end of May, maybe June, I don't know. I'm gonna use a little bit of eyelid primer because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my eyes yet. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I wish they would do. So this is gonna help with any pigment that you're putting on. It's gonna keep it brighter, it's gonna keep it long, it's gonna help it from creasing. So us hooded girlies, where your eye coverage, your real estate disappears, you need an eyelid primer, eyeshadow primer. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of powder. Much better. So it's a little sore. So I used that Lighten Up with my fingers, but I have seen a lot of people apply it with a little brush. You can do whatever which way works for you. Shadows. I think I'm gonna go in with this. This is what I've been using, palette 9, Addiction palette 9. I'm gonna do my little Boon color all over. We don't have a ton of time either. Shocker. I'm so excited for school to be out, but it's also hard for me because then my schedule changes and I want to sleep in. And then that means I have to work later. But I'm also tired of rushing out the door at 7 o'clock. I'm just tired. Okay, I'm gonna go in, since I have this shirt on, I'm gonna use some of this maroon. So I did this color, I'm gonna do the maroon color, just kind of in my crease, but we're creating our own crease because of the hooded eyes. So I just start towards the outer corner and I drag it or dot it in just to blend it. So if you have eyelid primer on, eyeshadow primer, it makes it harder to drag your brush. So if you just kind of dot it, you're still gonna get that pigment. And then once you have a little base on there, it will glide easier. And you don't need a ton. You can build it up. I like to go up towards my brows, but I also leave some of that uncovered. That's the brush. Super simple. This is kind of like the same thing I was doing last week, except I was using the caramel color. And this applies with any shadows. You do a light and you do a dark. And you blend. And if you feel like you've got too much, get a clean brush and just keep blending. Trying to check in the mirror and on my phone. So yeah, you can snag this palette. You can do the chocolate souffle. And you can do the brow gel that I used and grab an eyeshadow stick for free, although I think it changed. I think it changes in like an hour. Last but not least, I'm gonna grab a smaller brush with that burgundy and just put some under my eye. This is just gonna finish off, like my eyeball kind of disappears and blends into my skin. This is just gonna finish it off, but it's not gonna be harsh like an eyeliner. And then if you wanted, you could use that third color in the row. Put it in the corner of your eye. And that is going to give the illusion of being more awake, more alert. I'm going to curl my lashes. Ouch. In the world. Got a piece of wood in my shoe. Okay. It's like now I feel like I'm getting poked. Before I put on my mascara, I'm gonna put on my Lash Serum. I've been using this, well, I try and use it morning and night. I'm a little bit inconsistent on the weekends, but I at least get it on once a day. I really need this area here where my lashes are like, do whatever they want. And then I'm gonna use my waterproof. Unfortunately, this one is not available. It is retired. Maybe that's what I was gonna say, hope they come out with, but they are coming out with the brown tubing. I think it's just gonna be, I think it's gonna be just as good. I love this formula. It's like a wet formula with a wire brush, like good old trusty wire brush. Nothing fancy, but it works. I like to do 2 coats, but oh, got it all over. That's fine. It's fine. Man, I'm just making a mess. Got an eyelash. That's what I get from not sticking my wand back in my mascara tube. And I don't have any of my makeup removers, pads, whatever they're called. I'm not sure what's going on right here. I don't think it's a lash, it's just super long. So I like to really let this dry and curl it again and apply another coat, but I also have to get Finley up very shortly. So I usually don't have time to do all that live. I definitely feel like that lash serum is making them grow, but it does take time and you have to be consistent. You can also snag that same lash serum and my mascara that is not retired for $29. It's normally like 70 something. And you get a 60% off coupon. So 60% off everything. This is the liquid makeup remover. Gone. I think that's all. You can grab 60% off of everything. Plus it opens up, it's an advisor account basically. So it would unlock 60% off, plus it unlocks 3 different kits that you can get where wellness, skincare, or skincare makeup. They're just kind of smaller to bigger bundles, but it's the best selling products. And that kit is 70% off. And then, and you don't have to get it, but you're getting 70% off. So if you find one you like, you can grab it. And then you can get the, use the 60% off once you try your products, see what you like. And it opens up the door for 15%, that's a lie. It opens up the door for 25% off anything else that you order. So there's no monthly fees, there's no selling fees, there's nothing like that. Okay, so these have to be really dry in order to curl so they don't stick together, but we're gonna do it anyway. And hopefully they're dry. I know they're not because I can see a stripe. Yeah, it's That's what happens when you curl them and they're wet. But I will tell you, I've been using, it's been over a month now, I've been using all of my Beauty Society serums, the steps. One is the cleanser. Then I do the pre-serum, which is I say 1.5. This is the only one that doesn't have a number on it. Then we've got the 2s, the 2's the resurfacer, and then the 3, and then it goes on to 4, which is, this is a 3 DNA repair, and this is, I think, a 4, yeah, moisturizer. And in just a month, like, my under eye has gotten lighter, I've gotten less wrinkles, this wrinkle has gone down, and this wrinkle has gone down. So I'm highly, highly impressed. Plus, they have a 12-month guarantee. So if you try it and you don't love it, you got 12 months and you get your money back. If you're interested and you want to hear anything else about that, just send me a message, and I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.